I was working with a particular country to help them improve their policy making. So how is it that government evaluates the potential costs and benefits of a policy? And they had an area they wanted to look at. It was franchising. So for example, the notion of having a subway, wherever you are, if you're in America, if you're in India, if you're in the UK, that the standard of sandwich that you receive should be the same, because they franchise out the systems of operations, and the idea is that it should be replicated across the world. So this country was considering the pros and the cons of franchising. Now, one of the challenges was that the ministries did not collaborate. They didn't cooperate. And in fact, there seemed to be a rather interesting sort of subculture going on, where some people were intimating that the evidence and the data that we were looking for would have to be paid for in order to be freed up. And from my perspective, working from the UK government, where we do many things right, but one of the things I think that's gone really well is opening up data. So, this notion of open data. We were one of the founding partners for the Open Government Partnership, which champions that. Open up government workings through data. Let citizens, businesses, whoever wants to look at it, use it and come up with ideas for improvement, or their own businesses do that. This country was the opposite of that. And to the point that I sat in a meeting and I thought, are they asking for a bribe to release the information? And I thought, no, I really must have misunderstood this, because it was being interpreted, right? It was not in English. I thought, no, I must have misinterpreted it. So the translator and I, or the interpreter and I, over coffee, I asked them, can I just test this out with you? Have I really got the wrong impression? And they said, I'm not sure. And I thought, okay, that to me sounds like I might not have got the wrong impression. So what did I do? Well, first of all, I was horrified. I'm not the sort of person who would pay a bribe. And also at that time, I was working on behalf of the UK government. So that clearly was not going to happen. So my immediate response was, I need to talk to my director. That meeting had finished. So the immediate problem was over. I didn't need to do anything at that meeting. So I emailed, because I was overseas, got a slot in his secretary, a quick idea of what I wanted to talk about. And I said, look, I just want to test this out with you. A, do you think I'm misinterpreting? But B, what do you think in terms of handling this? Because I was due to meet the ambassador, our British ambassador of that country, the next day. So I wanted to be crystal clear about my handling and what he would be comfortable with me doing. So how did I deal with that challenge? Well, I escalated it because I was feeling uncomfortable, and I tested out what I was thinking. And thirdly, then I agreed a strategy. So when I spoke to the ambassador the next day, I raised it, but I didn't raise it as a red flag, because it was one individual. And I suggested it might be a good idea to look in this area, because I may have misinterpreted the comment, but it seemed a little bit strange. There's potentially some issue with that ministry.